Qualifying one was alright, but we had lost a lot of time to the AI in the middle in final sector because after the Canadian GP I did not want to lose too much time on the straights. After the first run, I placed 9th, 0.430 seconds behind Verstappen in first place. After the final runs, I placed 7th place after I ran a second run, but it's but it was not much of an improvement as it left me 0.387 seconds behind Leclerc. In qualifying 2, it was a bit quicker with the rain arriving, and so it left only one run for each driver to try and get into qualifying 3. I placed second, 0.164 seconds behind Verstappen in first. Last but not least, qualifying 3 was very much a new opportunity to score a higher place on the grid than what was looking likely. After the first run on the wets, I placed 7th position, 0.437 seconds behind, you guessed it, Verstappen. However, the weather improved and it left a run for intermediates. I left time for 2 laps on the inters with the knowledge that the wet weather runs improve with multiple laps on the same run. However, the second lap did fall short when Schumacher finished his lap and backed out into turn 3. If you know that the AI just re-dives you into turn 3. So he ruined my final lap and I ended the session 7th place, 0.544 seconds behind Leclerc, when I could have easily have gained a couple attempts and started 5th. Yeah, I don't think the pace is good around here. I'm not quite sure why. I think maybe I've sacrificed a little bit too much for the straights. So here we are on our second qualifying run. There's Mick Schumacher ahead. Sorry about the audio, there still is none. So there goes Schumacher down the inside. Lets me through. Watching to break his own, he comes towards me. I actually leave him space, and he does Rosberg. Hello, front wing. Okay, now, viewer discretion. I'm a little bit pissed after this. So, I see him diving again. Turn in. Yeah, I shouldn't really have done that. Oh, balls, I said I was going to give myself a grid penalty for that. Hello everyone, welcome for the sprint today. We are here in the Austrian Alps for what looks like a miserable 20 laps of racing here. The weather's not looking too good, but hopefully excitement will be brought with the track action. The track of which contains 10 corners, 3 DRS zones with a single speed trap at the top of turn 4. Elevation is quite a lot here, so it could possibly challenge our drivers today. Of which line up like this: Charles Leclerc will start along pole position alongside Sergio Perez in the Red Bull in P2. Next up on the grid we have Lando Norris in P3 ahead of his Brit companion Hamilton in P4. Verstappen lines up 5th alongside his good friend Ocon in 6th. Next up, 2 Brits in the form of Winter and Russell. Sainz and Mick Schumacher line up 9th and 10th, Vettel and Albon 11th and 12th. Ricciardo and Schwartzman, both Renault drivers once or current. Magnussen and Gasly line up next with Zhou and Tsunoda 17th and 18th. And last but not least, Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas close up the grid. So, here we are, we get ready for the 5 red lights. They are on now, and it's lights out and away we go for the Austrian sprint. It's a okay start for George Russell as he goes towards turn 1, gets up into P7. Mick Schumacher trying to move there. Not going to be happy with the Williams driver of Winter, who now goes for a move on Ocon up into 6th place. Is he going to try and challenge a move around the outside of Max Verstappen? No, not quite. Giving Ocon a wide berth after Mick Schumacher yesterday, as Charles Leclerc leads from Perez, Norris, Hamilton, Verstappen gaining positions as well, as now Max and Lewis trying to fire out for P5. Is Max going to hang in on there, on the inside? Looks to be yes. Lewis just backs out on the outside, knowing how dangerous it can be. He's been the culprit of the inside outer. and backs out on the outside this time. Lap 4, sprint has died down a little bit. DRS is enabled. Charles still leads. Top 6 within DRS, but Winter now gets a great run out turn 1. Where's he going to go? He looks like he's going to go around the outside of Russell towards Hamilton towards turn 3. Goes around the outside. Hamilton pulls ahead a little bit in the brake zone, but means he loses out on the traction, and Winter gets ahead in his Williams. Great move from the Williams driver there, putting him up into P5. Now he can go chase after the championship leader of Max Verstappen in P4. Red Bull would dearly love a 1-2 here at the Austrian mountains. The home circuit, of course, even named after them, Red Bull Ring. Lap 5 brings us to Verstappen and Norris, very close to each other, but Winter looks to get a good run on his mediums now, as Max Verstappen probably got a poor run, not Winter getting a good run. On the grass goes the Williams, as down towards turn 3, he locks up as well. Is there going to be any contact after all that? No, how is there not any contact after that? Max Verstappen, is he going to be angry about that one? Is he going to try and dive down the inside? Maybe there could still be contact yet. No, not quite, heading towards turn 4. Max does not try an outrageous dive bomb. He will stick to the outrageous defence as Albon moves up, is battling with Vettel in P11. As we take a breather, lap 7. Next up would be top 3, and in the form of Lando Norris for Winter, as he looks to be shaping the move. Where's he going to go? He's going to go around the outside at turn 3 this time. Down, in to the corner he goes. Backs out, allows Lando the run out turn 3, but he has the DRS, but so does Lando. Is he going to go round the outside? Yes, he looks for the move. Is he going to get ahead into the brake zone? Yes, he does. But Norris, on the inside, pulls ahead through the apex of the corner, through the exit. Overtake for sure on the Williams car. Down towards turn 6, he goes for the move and gets himself up into P3. That was an amazing battle, as it looks to be Lando Norris on the soft tyres, so maybe the softs finally wearing out, as Verstappen now tries to move on Lando into turn 1 and gets the move done, as Winter tries to follow Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc for P1, P2. Maybe without Schumacher in qualifying yesterday, there could have been a little bit more of a fight for P1, as Winter would have been higher up and started closer to these guys. But he now shapes a move on Sergio Perez, goes down around the outside, trying to take slipstream from Leclerc, but Perez makes a dive on Leclerc. Is he alongside out of the corner? Yes, he is, with DRS, but slows down a little bit, goes around the outside of turn 4. Is he going to make the move? Is he going to get hit? No, he does not get hit, and no, he does not make the move. Charles Leclerc gets the run out of turn 4 and 5, and before turn 6 is fully ahead of the Red Bull. He'll have to wait another lap to try and get a move back on him. But no, towards turn 1, Winter making the outside move, knowing that this is crucial after Perez getting the move, stopping the move from happening last lap. And so Winter stops that defence this lap and moves himself up into P2. As now we head to lap 13, halfway through the sprint now. Sorry about that. This is why this didn't come out last week. Heading towards turn 3, we go. Where's he going to go round the outside? Is he going to make contact? No, not quite. Gives enough room for Leclerc on the inside of the corner. Now pulls out, and with DRS for Leclerc, he can try and challenge back, but does not, as Winter takes P1 after a hard-fought 13 laps of trying, makes his way from P7 to P1 in the sprint, and earned himself 8 points today. Lap 18 On board Max Verstappen, we haven't seen him in a while. He's made himself up into P2, with Perez dropping down to P6 as Max looks to go for an attack on the Williams drive down the inside. He's going to go off turn 3. I think he was behind at the DRS detection line as well, and so we'll get DRS if he doesn't make the move. Yes, he doesn't quite make the move, losing out a little bit on the exit of the corner. Towards the inside of turn 4 he goes. Winter defending, not really though, but hangs out round the outside. Does not want to give up the sprint lead, and Max has to give up the sprint lead. Takes P2 for now, and we'll have to settle for this for about half a sector as we head towards lap 19 now. Any form of attack will have to be done soon, as both the mediums are going to wear out so much that you won't even be able to attack with the mediums on old mediums. There's nothing doing for the Red Bull champion, not previous champion, that goes to Leclerc, but Red Bull champion nonetheless. Cannot make the move into turn 3 or into turn 4. As instead we'll get a highlight from lap 17. No on board, just a pure off board. As so this is what must set off the attack on lap 18 towards the inside. Yeah, very very similar to what he did last lap, at the lap after. Doesn't get quite the exit, just like lap 18. And will he make the move into turn 4? No, not quite. Does not get alongside enough. So lap 18 was the better lap. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for the Dutchman, but at least he tried it. You never know. He could have not tried it, and even and if he tried it, he could have won the sprint, as he could have got the lead. You never know. He could still win the sprint. Although this kind of ruins it now. Anyway, heading towards the end of the lap now. Winter has built an astonishing race this week, this sprint, this Saturday, as he heads round the final corner in the lead to take the sprint win. Unlike in Imola, he comes back right in and wins the sprint in Austria. Now he puts himself in the best position possible for the win in the Sunday race. Let's see if he gets better luck this time round on the Sunday. He won't have Charles Leclerc to contest with him, and so could be easier. So here we are with the game highlights. Yeah, kind of glad these run, because now I can just talk about anything that comes in my mind. Schumacher, I didn't realise he did that. That was lucky in my sense. So I could easily have been taken out again by Schumacher. Unknowingly, I would have put the blame completely on Russell, to be honest, because he would have been on my inside. I would have thought that he would have turned in on, didn't turn in and hit me, and so spun me. And you can't say that I didn't give enough room, because it clearly did. Car's width. Anyway, lap 4. Nothing really doing at the moment. I couldn't really get past, even with the straight line speed, but I don't know what happened here. I just think Lewis backed off a little bit into turn 1, and so it allowed me a great run through turn 1s, 2 and 3, and allowed me to take P5 from the Mercedes. W14, ooh, technically it's not F1. I'm not calling it F1 because it's Project Ultimate Game 2. It's on low AI. This is technically would be F6, not F1. Yeah, Max had a good chance at trying to get me. Unfortunately for him, it did not work, and I was able to hold him off for the rest of the sprint. It was a nice little battle here. That that bit here, I was a little bit lucky that he just like lost the rear end coming out of turn 4, and so it gave me the opportunity to fight back and keep the lead of sprint, of which I did, and yeah, never really looked back after lap 18. No challenging stuff from that point onwards. Bye. Alright, I'm back. Formation lap was good, and we had some nice temperatures and a purple grid slot. Start, however, was less than ideal, and at the start we almost lost the position to wrestle into turn 1. Then heading into turn 3, I got Ocon round the outside with plenty of clearance. Then I had to wait till lap 4 for some more action. Once again round the outside of turn 3, this time on Hamilton with a slight fight back from Lewis. Once again lap 5 brought a great run out turn 1, and this time I went to the inside of Max, and with less than the car's width, I dive bombed him and got P4. To get Lando in P3, I had to wait till lap 7. This time, as he had DRS, I let him have it into turn 3, but with a nice side-by-side, I got him through the outside of turn 4 and 5, and the inside of turn 6. Lap 10 brought the next overtake on Perez, with a battle forming between me and Checo. He turned that to attack on Leclerc, so into turn 1 on lap 11, I took the initiative to stay in Leclerc's slipstream, and easily got past Perez. Leclerc was then dispatched on lap 13, in my favourite spot, turn 3. Round the outside under brake in, and used the straight to put a turn 4 to pull away. Lap 17 then brought the attack from Max, where he got a good run from turn 1, and I defended the middle as always, and Max takes the inside, but his tight line had nothing on me, and I kept P1. Last threat came on lap 18 from Max into turn 3 when he dives down the inside but kept DRS, and with a little supper re-attacked me into turn 4. But down the inside he had no chance out of turn 4, and I kept P1. With this a sprint I brought it home. With this a sprint I brought it home at the end of lap 24 to finish the sprint in first place. For first place to start the race. The best place to start the race. I'm sorry about all those speaking mistakes in there. I'm a little bit ill, and at the moment it's seemingly affecting my ability to read. Hello, and welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. A little bit overcast, maybe we can have some good action, just like the sprint, to spice up the race, give us some energy, as we have 19 degrees here with some overcast conditions. Circuit, however, never boring as always. That don't make sense. The Whale circuit contains some heavy elevation towards the rear of the Whale, just ask Steve Super GT, as we skip straight to the grid because I have no idea what to say. Winter lines up alongside Charles Leclerc in P2 after Max takes a grid penalty from the sprint. Lando Norris and Hamilton start P3, P4, just like last race, but a grid higher. Perez and Ocon line up 5th and 6th, with Vettel and Schumacher 7th and 8th, good buddies. Russell and Zoe, also good buddies after the British Grand Prix, with Sainz and Verstappen lining up 11th and 12th. Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon, very good friends in real life after helping each other. Bottas and Gasly lines up 15th and 16th, with Magnussen and Schwartzman at 17th and 18th. Stroll and Ricciardo line up last and second last after a good penalty from Ricciardo. And here we are on the grid. Winter finally getting a sprint victory after losing out in Imola. Hopefully he can turn this into a victory, unlike the Imola race though, because that would do massive good for his confidence. Here we are then for the 5. Red lights, they're on, they're out, and it's lights out and away we go. Leclerc gets a good start and looks to be heading towards turn 1 in the lead, and takes P1. Round the outside goes the Williams car though, but as Ferrari tightens his line on the apex turn 1 and allows Winter to just storm away with the lead. 3/4 of a second advantage already as Hamilton now tries to go round the outside of Leclerc into turn 2. Nothing doing there as we head towards the rest of the race. Just twiddle your thumbs for now. Lap 16, 15, Winter comes in for pit stop after Leclerc and Hamilton already making their pit stop last lap, of course. On go the hard tyres, one stop it looks like for the Williams crew. We'll just have to wait for the Ferrari to come round. There goes Leclerc. Is he going to take the lead? It looks like he might. A little bit slow from the exit from the Williams, and now he slots in P2. As remind ourselves of the tyres Leclerc is on, looks to be the hards, remember, as Hamilton is on the mediums. As we head to lap 17, pretty quick turn around for the Williams driver. Heading towards sector 2 we go. Thank you. On board, following the Williams car. Is he going to be able to get a good run out of turn 3? Doesn't look to be. He has got DRS though, so maybe he can make a late dive. Leclerc defends towards the middle. Ground goes the outside of the Ferrari. The Williams. Nothing doing there. Has to stay in P2 for now. Not exactly a crucial move that he has to make. They are on the same strategy, so he doesn't have to get past. But it would be nice to extend ahead of the 2 stoppers as we head towards turn 9 now. Oh, no, you don't. Yes, he does. Down the inside. He goes. Is he going to get the move? Not quite. They're still alongside each other. Where's this? Turn 10. Down the inside goes the Williams driver and gets up into P1. And now he's compromised Leclerc's run. Hamilton, is he going to be able to get the move? Done. Yes, he is. Into P2. Leclerc losing 2 positions in the space of 1 corner. Basically, as the sun comes out and we've skipped half of what was the race at that point. Lap 43. Following Hamilton, we haven't seen him much of this season, and we head towards sector 2. He's on the back of the Williams car. His mediums will start to go off soon. Don't worry about me just sounding like I fainted. Heading towards turn 4 goes Hamilton. Locks up. Down the inside is going to go Lando Norris. Taking P2. Is he going to get the move done, finalised? Yes, he is. Up into P2 goes McLaren. And now that allows Winter to take the chance to extend the gap. And he does. 2 seconds to gap now. Quite comfortable as we head to lap 46. And heading into turn 3, it looks to be comfortable on those hard tyres. Hamilton has got back past Norris, but he doesn't really seem to be closing the gap. So it's looking quite good for the Williams team this weekend after a win in the sprint yesterday. But he spun. He's hit the wall. He's out. He's out of the race. I can't believe it. He's crashed on lap 46 to 71. He couldn't even make it 3/4 into the race. He's out. He is out of the race. And on board we go. I'm sorry about no audio. That's how I was trying to... Going through the corner. He's off the curb. He's just spun. Has he gone too much on the throttle? I can confirm. No! I don't know why I've gone silent. There's no audio. You'll just have to trust me, bro. Right, watch the gears. Second, third gear. It just goes. Okay, lap 45. It just dropped after third gear. It weren't even high revs. Coming out. Second, third. Fine. The car's fine. Why? Why? If you thought I was crazy, there's your proof. The formation lap was good and the temperatures were brought to a nice range and the purple grid slot was achieved once again. Start of the race was slightly worse than the sprint, but with Leclerc diving onto the apex, it allowed me to cleanly go around the outside and keep P1, while he contested with Hamilton towards turn 3. Next up, lap 15, I came in from a pit stop and very inconsistently I pulled away as soon as I dropped, but I also fell behind Leclerc. However, I tried getting him into turn 4 around the outside, but this time I fell short of speed, and it... sorry, my bad. I fell short of speed, and he pulled ahead of me. Then I regrouped and tried again into turn 9 after I got a good, better run than him out turn 7 and 8. And with some ERS, I gained enough speed to get an overlap down the inside and finalised the move down the inside of turn 10. After I stayed on the inside, and my line forced him somewhat wide, and he lost the position to Hamilton on the medium tyres, compared to Charles and my hards. After this came lap 43, that was on lap 17 by the way. Lewis Hamilton, however, still behind me, runs into turn 4. Into this corner, he lucked up and gave way to an easy overtake for Norris into second place to come after me. However, in the 3 laps that I had extended the gap by a second to 2.1 with half a second lap. Although Hamilton, we have repassed Norris, so I do not think that it's all down to me creating the gap. However, the race ended on lap 46 when I exited turn 4 and shifted from second to third gear. I did check, sorry about the no audio, I cannot fix that yet. And the audio from lap 45 and 46 is very similar up until lap 46 when I spin. It was so weird. I did not run over the curve, so it was not that. I can very confidently say that it was not my throttle input, as I had just upshifted and no lights appeared, so I did not apply too much throttle. And when I mean no lights appeared, no rev lights appeared when I was in second gear shifting up to third gear. I think, I don't know, I'll have to recheck that. But either way, I did it weren't like they were on for long. It spun after I'd got into third gear, and it weren't immediately after. It was like it was a while after. It was like a tenth or two after. Normally it's just spin straight away. At a point, I also shift to third gear. I was late out of the corner on lap 45, so I would have had more throttle and should have had more of a chance to spin. Yes, I am trying to find any excuse not to put the blame on me, but that's because 1, everyone does that. Yes, you, in the back. Don't lie to yourself. And 2, because I need some good luck and confidence for the rest of the season. Like, come on. I've already said I'm not really enjoying it. And so, if another thing is on me, then the series might as well just go down the drain. So, yeah, I'm trying to put the game down the drain, but saying it was the game's fault that I spun. Which it is. It weren't mine. It was the game's fault. Fixed. And it is weird. Why is the game trying to spin me though? The game does not want me to win. I don't know why though.